Hi YouTube, this is Kristen Moonrise. Welcome back to my channel. I hope to have a very quick video for you today. So we're going to talk about the upcoming full snow moon in Virgo happening on Saturday, February 24th. So on my website, linked in the description box below, you'll find that I am open for astrology consultations as well as confidence, mindset, and spirituality life coaching. So let's just get into the video. So, what are the traits of Virgo? Virgo is a feminine earth and mutable sign. The energies of Virgo is that Virgo can be very meticulous, modest, and practical. The shadow side of Virgo is that Virgo can be very critical, argumentative, and hypochondriatic in many ways. The key word for Virgo is I analyze. So, although Virgo is an earth sign, it's very mental. It has some air energy qualities to it too, with that analytical process, a very grounded yet analytical process. So Virgo is the industrious, steadfast, responsible, yet high strung of all of the signs. So how does this even apply to this upcoming full moon that we will experience? So I've got the chart pulled up here, the full snow moon in Virgo happening on Saturday, February 24th, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, Houston, Texas. That's where I'm from. If you pull the chart in your location, it's going to look a bit different. So what gives us a full moon is when the moon opposes the sun, and we see that happening here. The moon is at 5 degrees 22 minutes of Virgo, and it opposes the sun, which is in Pisces, or which will be in Pisces at that time. So we've got Pluto, Mars, and Venus in the air sign of Aquarius, giving us some air energy. And we've also got Mercury, Saturn, Sun, and Neptune in the water sign of Pisces, giving us a lot of emotional energy here. And along with the moon in an earth sign, we see Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. So full moons are about releasing trapped emotions. It's about surrendering to the divine. So with this being a full moon in Virgo, the theme of this is you are enough. So with this being a mutable sign, it means that nothing is yet set in stone, which I will get back to in a bit. And so that's really the message. You are enough. Virgo is a sign of self-improvement, but it reminds us, because this is a full moon with a lot of trapped energy that we need to release, it reminds us to not overwork ourselves to the point of exhaustion. So I've got two quotes that I wanted to read here. The first one is a Toni Morrison quote, and she's talking about racism here, but this can be applied to really anything that you may be experiencing. So I'll put it up on the screen. The very serious function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you explaining over and over again your reason for being. Somebody says you have no language, and you spend 20 years proving that you do. Somebody says your head isn't shaped properly, so you have scientists working on the fact that it is. Somebody says you have no art, so you dredge that up. Somebody says you have no kingdoms, so you dredge that up. None of this is necessary. There will always be one more thing. I think of that quote whenever I think that I have to do more and then I can get that satisfaction. No, I can be satisfied exactly where I am if I so choose. So I've got a second quote on here by a gentleman that goes by the name of Billy Chapata on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter, and I really like his insightful tweets. So he says, understand yourself so their misconceptions of you don't become your reality. Understand yourself so their ideas of you don't become your own. Understand yourself deeply so that no matter how much they misunderstand you, your truth becomes impenetrable. This is really about just knowing who you are. Every video can be pretty much reduced down to that. So how do we know who we are? Well, one way that we can do that with the help of this full moon in Virgo is to stop the over-obsession about what other people say that you need to be. So this can come in different forms, and this can be in the form of taking classes and constant certifications and degrees, and that's my thing. I'm constantly believing or thinking that I can get another degree and then I can be satisfied. If I have another certification in this, then I'll be satisfied. It's just a constant kind of an overworking mental thing that I end up doing. So that's something that I personally have to watch. With other people, this can show up about working out and dieting, or to the point of overworking out and dieting. This can be plastic surgery or anything about your image that you may be overdoing. This can be over explaining yourself to people that really aren't trying to hear it. This can be taking on more responsibilities than necessary at work or with your family dynamics or with your relationship. So this is a really thin line because don't get confused about those things because they aren't inherently bad. They are good things. Stepping up, taking on, a little bit more responsibility. Those aren't necessarily bad things. Getting another degree, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But you can still get an addiction to it and it will make you sick, and then it really wasn't worth the hassle. So, with this being a mutable sign, nothing is yet set in stone. So, this is a time for us to make sure that we are the ones that are in charge of our own individual stories. So, I'll say that. You are the one that is in charge of your individual story. So, it's not set in stone depending on what someone else says. It's up for grabs, but make sure that you are the one that is the main author of your story. So like I mentioned in my previous video, the new moon in Aquarius, step into your own. You don't necessarily need a leader to tell you what you should be doing. All of the answers are within you. It just needs to be cultivated and brought up. So don't let your dreams be contingent on what other people's limiting beliefs are. So I'll say that again. Do not subscribe to other people's limiting beliefs. And so here I have a bar plot that I just posted here. This shows how many planets are in each of the elements. Each sign is of one of the 4 elements. And so we see lots of planets are in water signs, and that's probably those Pisces planets that we saw earlier. So this over there's a lot of planets being in water signs. This may have us emotional about our worthiness right now. There's also air energy, that Aquarius energy could lead us to overthinking right now, and it's also in competition, unfortunately, with us being in our grounded energy. So here I have a tarot card. I pulled the 7 of Pentacles. And so this reminds us to take a break from whatever you've been over nurturing so that you can have a fresh perspective. Because if you over nurture it, you can end up killing it. So whatever seeds you have planted, leave them alone to grow. Stop constantly tweaking them. Stop constantly checking and uncovering to see if there's any growth. Leave it alone. So that's pretty much the end of this video. If you'd like to work with me directly, you can book me for one-on-one astrology consultations, as well as life coaching on the subjects of confidence, mindset, and spirituality. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video on the upcoming full snow moon in Virgo on Saturday, February 24th. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.